Hi friends, today I will explain you exercise number 8.2. So let's start it. Question number 1. Evaluate the following. Total 5 internal questions are there. First question is sin 60 into cos 30 plus sin 30 into cos 60. Now if we look at the question, then here angle 60, 30, 60, 45, 30, 60, 45, 30, 30, 30, 45, 60, 60, 30, 45. In our theory, we learn one table that gives the value of trigonometric function at some specific angle. That means 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. So that value we already have, right? So we used that values to solve this question. So first of all, we recall that table. Okay. So here theta is given 0 degrees, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Now theta is represented in two ways. That means theta has two unit, degree and radian. Degree unit that we know, but radian right now it's not the syllabus of standard 10. You will learn this radian values in your standard 11 and 12. But right now I am telling to you that is pi represents 180 degree in radian. Okay, pi represents 180 degree in radian. 0 degree is equals to 0 radian. Okay, now 30. For 30 we can write like this. 180 by 6 is equals to 30. So in radian pi is represent 180 degree. So we can write like this. Pi by 6 is equals to 30. Okay, because pi is equals to 180. So pi by 6. Here it is not pi and 6 but pi by 6. Same way pi by 4. 180 by 4 it is 45. 180 by 3 that means pi by 3 it represents 60 degree, and pi by 2 that means 180 by 2 it represents 90 degree. Then here three trigonometric function is given: sin theta, cos theta and tan theta. But if we know these three values, sin theta, cos theta and tan theta, then by inversing the value we can find out other value of other three trigonometric function, right? Because cosec theta is inverse of sin theta. So if we change the numerator and denominator of sin theta, then we can get the value of cosec theta. If we inverse the cos theta, that means if we change the numerator and denominator of cos theta, then we can get the value of sec theta. Same way, if we change the numerator and denominator of tan theta, we can get cot theta, right? So sin theta at 0 degree 0, sin 30 is equals to 1 by 2, sin 45 is equals to 1 upon under root 2, sin 60 is equals to under root 3 by 2, sin 90 is equals to 1. Then if we write in the reverse order, then we can get the value of cos theta. So at cos 0 is equals to 1, cos 30 is equals to under root 3 by 2, cos 45 is equals to 1 upon under root 2, cos 60 is equals to 1 by 2, cos 90 is equals to 0. And if we divide sin theta by cos theta, then we can get the value of tan theta. This thing I already explained you in theory part. Okay, so tan 0 is equals to 0, tan 30 is equals to 1 upon under root 3, tan 45 is equals to 1, tan 60 is equals to under root 3 and tan 90 not defined. Okay, now first question. It is sin 60 into cos 30 plus sin 30 into cos 60. Here we have more than one ways. I will show you all the ways. Okay. In all the sum, whatever ways are possible there, I will explain you all the ways. So you can use any way which is easy for you. Okay. So first of all, put the value of sin 60, cos 30, sin 30 and cos 60. So first sin 60 is equals to under root 3 by 2. Then into cos 30, and value of cos 30 it is under root 3 by 2, right? Then plus sign is there. Sin 30 it's a 1 by 2 and sin 60 it is also 1 by 2. Now solve this. So first of all we need to multiply as per the rule of BODMAS, right? So first of all multiplication. So under root 3 numerator versus numerator, under root 3 into under root 3 only 3, and in denominator 2 2s are 4 plus again numerator versus numerator 1 1s are 1 and in denominator 2 2s are 4. Now denominator is same, so we can directly add our numerator. So 3 plus 1 is equals to 4 divided by 4, 4 by 4. So our answer is 1. Okay, this is easy way. So our answer is 1. Now second way, we can use the complementary functions here. Okay, first of all sine 60 is there. Now cos 30. In place of cos 30, I can write like this. That means cos 30. So here 90 minus 60, because 90 minus 60 is equals to 30. Right? So I can write like this, cos 90 minus 60. Now we learn one formula, that is cos 90 minus theta is equals to sin theta. Okay. Cos 90 minus theta is equals to sin theta. Here our theta is 60. So in place of cos 90 minus 60, I can write like sin 60. Okay, so first of all I solve only our first term. Okay, second term I will solve you later on. So here sin 60 as it is. Cos 90 minus 60, it becomes sin 60 again. Now sin 60 into sin 60. So I can write sin square 60. Right? Sin square 60. So this is answer of our first term. Now solve the second term. It is plus sin 30 into cos 60, right? Right now we convert all the functions in terms of angle 60. Okay. So here cos 60 as it is, but I can change sin 30. So in place of sin 30, I can write like this, 90 minus 60 again, because 90 minus 60 is equals to 30. My cos 60 is as it is. Now one formula is there, sin 90 minus theta is equals to cos theta. So in place of sin 90 minus 60, I can write cos 60. Okay, so cos 60 into cos 60. Right now I rub this. So cos 60 into cos 60, it is cos square 60. Right? It's a cos square 60. Now solve first term and second term together. So answer of our first question is sin square 60 plus cos square 60. We also learn one identity in our theory part. It is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So here similar form is there, sin square 60 plus cos square 60. Here our theta is equals to 60. So sin square 60 plus cos square 60. So answer is 1 by using the identity. Okay, so this is the second way. In this way, I convert all the values in terms of angle 60. You can also convert it in terms of angle 30. Okay, same way you finally you get sin square 30 plus cos square 30 and your answer is 1. Okay, now third way. This way you will learn in standard 11 and 12 science. It is the formula of sin alpha plus beta. I already tell you the answer. That is sin alpha plus beta is equals to sin alpha into cos beta plus cos beta into sin here cos alpha into sin beta, cos alpha into sin beta. Here your alpha is equals to 60 and beta is equals to 30 in this question. Now look at this question, sin alpha into cos beta plus cos alpha into sin beta, right? So this is the form of sin alpha plus beta. Okay, so our answer is sin alpha plus beta. So alpha plus beta, alpha is 60 and beta is equals to 30. So 60 plus 30, 90. So now sin 90 is equals to 1. But again I tell you, this way right now we cannot use. Okay, so more than one ways are there. You can use the easiest way. Question number 2. 2 tan square 45 plus cos square 30 minus sin square 60. So here 2 as it is, 10 square 45, it's a 1 and all square, plus cos 30, it's a under root 3 by 2 and cos square, so all square. Then minus sin square 60. Now sin 60 means under root 3 by 2 all square. Right, so here plus under root 3 by 2 all square and minus under root 3 by 2 all square. So finally we got 1 square is equals to 1 and 2 ones are 2. So our final answer is 2. Question number 3. Cos 45 upon sec 30 plus cosec 30. So put the value of cos 45, it's 1 upon under root 2, sec 30, it's a 2 upon under root 3 and cosec 30, it's a 2. Now take LCM in denominator. So numerator is as it is and here LCM. So 2 plus 2 under root 3 divided by under root 3. Now transfer this denominator in denominator and denominator's denominator in numerator. So under root 3 goes in numerator. Now this under root 2 I write here and 2 plus 2 under root 3, it's as it is. Now from this 2 plus 2 under root 3, 2 is common. Okay, 2 is common, then what is remaining? Here 1 and plus under root 3, but I can also write under root 3 plus 1 because in next step we are doing rationalize the denominator. So in that our big term we need to write first. That's why I change it under root 3 plus 1 and 1 plus under root 3 and under root 3 plus 1 is same. So here 2 is common and under root 3 plus 1. Now rationalize the denominator. So first of all, this under root 3 plus 1, if we want to rationalize the two terms, so at that time we need to take different sign. Okay, so here under root 3 plus 1 is there. So I multiply and divided by under root 3 minus 1. So in numerator under root 3 multiply under root 3 minus 1. And in denominator, so here is the form of x plus y and x minus y, and answer is x square minus y square. So 2 under root 2 as it is, then first term square it's a 3, then negative sign, and second term square it's a 1, so 1 square 1. Now 3 minus 1 2 and 2 2s are 4, so here 4 under root 2, and in numerator under root 3 minus 1. Now second thing, again we need to rationalize the denominator. Here it's under root 2 single term, so we need to multiply and divide it by that same term. So that's why I multiplied under root 2 and divide under root 2. Okay, then in denominator under root 2 into under root 2, 2 into 4, 8. So here 8 is there, and in numerator first of all multiply under root 3 with this bracket. So under root 3 into under root 3, 3, then minus sign under root 3 into 1 under root 3. Now multiply this bracket with under root 2. So 3 into under root 2, 3 under root 2, minus sign under root 3 into under root 2 under root 6, and in denominator under root 2 under root 2, 2 into 4, 8. So this is our final answer, 3 under root 2 minus under root 6 upon 8. Students, keep one thing in your mind. If in our answer any under root is present in denominator, at that time we need to do rationalize the denominator process. Okay, so under root can be removed in denominator. Okay, so anywhere if under root is present in denominator, then we need to do rationalize the process. In this question, in our answer here 2 times we see under root, that means under root 2 and under root 3 plus 1. So we need to rationalize it, right? If single term is there, that means under root 2, and if we want to rationalize it, then we need to multiply with same number in numerator and denominator. So in denominator under root 2 only 2. Okay, so under root is removed. Second thing, if 2 terms is there, that means like this under root 3 plus 1, at that time we need to multiply and divide it by same number, means under root 3 1 under root 3 1, but we need to take different sign. Here plus sign is there, so we need to take minus sign. So finally we got the form of x plus y and x minus y. Right? X plus y, x minus y. That means under root 3 plus 1, under root 3 minus 1. So answer is x square minus y square. So our first term square, that is under root 3 square and minus second term square. This is the answer, x square minus y square. So under root 3 square, it's a 3 minus 1 square 1, 2. So in denominator, under root is removed. In this question, we can do both this step together. That means here we can also do under root 2 under root 2. So we directly got this answer. Okay, but right now I am going with as per the PDF. That's why. Okay, otherwise we can both do both this step with together. Okay, so again I am telling you, if anywhere in answer in denominator under root is present, then we need to do rationalize the denominator. Not in the trigonometry, but in all the chapter this rule is applied. Means anywhere if under root is present in denominator, then we need to do rationalize the denominator. Okay. Question number 4. Sin 30 plus tan 45 minus cosec 60 upon sec 30 plus cos 60 plus cot 45. Now sin 30 it's 1 by 2, tan 45 1 minus cosec 60 it's a minus 2 upon under root 3. And in denominator sec 30 2 upon under root 3, cos 60 1 by 2, cot 45 1. Now take LCM in numerator and denominator. So here under root 3 multiply 1 under root 3. Then in second term only 1 is there. So both this term we need to multiply with 1. So here 2 under root 3. Then this 2 multiply with numerator. So minus 4. 2 to the 4. And what is our LCM? It's the 2 under root 3. Same thing in denominator. Here 2 is there. Multiply with this denominator 2 to the 4. Then under root 3 into 1 under root 3. Then in last term nothing is in denominator. So we need to multiply both this term with the 1. So 2 under root 3. And our LCM it's a 2 under root 3. So this 2 under root 3, this 2 under root 3 is cancel out from numerator and denominator. Right? So what we get here 2 under root 3 plus 1 under root 3. 2 under root 3 plus 1 under root 3. It's a 3 under root 3 and minus 4. Same thing in denominator. 2 under root 3 plus 1 under root 3. It's a 3 under root 3 and plus 4. Then we need to rationalize the denominator. If we see any under root in our answer in denominator, then we need to rationalize it. Okay. So here under root 3 it is in denominator. So we need to rationalize it. Now 2 terms is there. That's why we need to multiply and divide by negative sign, different sign. So here 3 under root 3 plus 4 is there. So multiply and divided by 3 under root 3 minus 4. Now in numerator this 2 brackets are same. That means 3 under root 3 minus 4 all square. So first term square 3 under root 3. 3 square 9 and under root 3 square only 3. So 9 3s are 27. Then second term 2 into first into second. Right? So here minus sign is there. That's why minus sign. 4 2s are 8 into 3. 24 under root 3. Then last term square 4 square 16. Here order is changed. Okay, so 3 under root 3 minus 4 all square. Now in denominator x plus y, x minus y. So first term square 3 under root 3 square. So 3 square 9 under root 3 square only 3. So 27. Then negative sign is there. Then 4 square second term square. So it's a 16. 4 square 16. Now in denominator 27 minus 16 it's a 11. And in numerator 27 plus 16 43 minus 24 under root 3 as it is. And this is our final answer. Okay. Question number 5. 5 cos square 60 plus 4 sec square 30 minus tan square 45 divided by sin square 30 plus cos square 30. So put the value of cos square 60. Cos square 60 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 all square because square is there. Then for sec 30 it's a 2 upon under root 3 but square is there, so 2 upon under root 3 all square. And tan 45 it's a 1 and tan square 45 is there, so 1 square. Now in denominator it is a form of sin square theta plus cos square theta because both theta are same 30 30. So it is the form of our third identity. It's a sin square theta plus cos square theta. Theta is equals to 30 and answer of sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So directly we can write 1 in our denominator. Okay, so we are going with that method. So no need to write like this, only divide by 1. Now no need to divide by 1 because it's the same answer. So we ignore it. We just try to solve our numerator. Okay. So 5 is there. 1 by 2 square. 1 square 1 and denominator 2 square 4. Then plus sign is there. Second term. Here in numerator 2 square 4. 4 4 is 16. Upon under root 3 square only 3 and minus 1. Now take LCM. So 3 is multiplied with this term, 5 3 is 15 plus 4 is multiplied with 16, 16 4 is 64 and in third term nothing, it is in denominator, so we need to multiply both this term with minus 1. So plus minus minus and 4 3 is 12 and our LCM is also 12. So 15 plus 64 it's a 79 minus 12 it's a 67. So our final answer 67 by 12. Done. Question number 2. In that internally first question 2 tan 30 upon 1 plus tan square 30. I can tell you directly the answer, it is sin 60 because this is the formula of sin 2 theta. You will study in standard 11 science, sin 2 theta is equals to 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Okay, here theta is 30, so answer is sin 60. But this formula right now we cannot use here because this is in the syllabus of standard 11 science. Okay, so right now we need to put the value. So 2 tan 30, so 2 multiply tan 30, it's a 1 upon under root 3. And in denominator 1 plus tan square 30. So again 1 upon under root 3 all square. So in numerator here 2 ones are 2 by under root 3 and in denominator here 1 upon under root 3 all square. So 1 square 1 and under root 3 square only 3. Right. Then next again numerator as it is 2 by under root 3 but in denominator we need to take LCM. So 3 ones are 3 plus 1. It's a 4 by 3. Okay. Now transfer denominator of numerator in denominator. That means 2 upon under root 3. And denominator's denominator goes in numerator. So 3 in numerator and 4 as it is in denominator. So 2 2s are 4 and 3 means under root 3 into under root 3. So 1 1 under root 3 cut here. So final answer is under root 3 by 2. Right? Final answer is under root 3 by 2 and under root 3 by 2 is the answer of sin 60 because sin 60 is equals to under root 3 by 2. So we can select this option as our answer, sin 60. Okay. Second question, it is 1 minus tan square 45, 1 plus tan square 45. Again I tell you one thing, this is the formula of cos 2 theta in terms of tan theta. 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan theta. Here theta is equals to 45. So 2 theta is equals to 90 and cos 90 is equals to 0. So our answer is 0. But again this formula we cannot use here. So we need to put the value. So in numerator 1 minus tan square 45. Now tan 45 is equals to 1. So 1 square 1, and in denominator 1 plus again tan square 45, it's a 1. Now in numerator 1 minus 1, it's a 0, and denominator 1 plus 1 2. If numerator is 0, then final answer is 0. So same answer we get here. Question number 3. Sin 2a is equals to 2 sin a is true when a is equals to, and 4 options are given. Now in the standard 10 we don't know the formula of sin 2 theta. Okay, so here we cannot do anything. So what we need to do here, that is we need to check this all 4 option one by one. Okay, so first of all we are checking option A, it's a 0. So sin 2, 2a means 2 into a, so 2 into 0. Okay, so sin 0 alternately 2 into 0 0. So sin 0 is equals to 0. So our left hand side is equals to 0. Now we solve right hand side. 2 sin a. Now 2 sin a is equals to 0 right now. So sin 0 is equals to 0. So 2 into 0, it's a 0. So our left hand side and right hand side are same. So option A is correct. Now you can check the option B, C and D. You will not get the same answer. Okay, so final answer is A, 0. Then question number 4. 2 tan 30, 1 minus tan square 30. It is the formula of tan 2 theta. In terms of tan, 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. Here theta is 30. So 2 theta is 60. So final answer tan 60. But this method we cannot use here. So we need to put the values. So in numerator 2 into tan 30. Tan 30 is equals to 1 upon under root 3. In denominator 1 minus tan square 30. So 1 upon under root 3 all square. Now in numerator 1 upon under root 3. And in denominator 1 minus, now 1 upon under root 3 square. So 1 square 1 and under root 3 square only 3. Right? Then again numerator as it is 2 by under root 3. And in denominator we need to take LCM. So 3 ones are 3 minus 1. So 2 by 3. Right? Then our numerator 2 cut. Now denominator goes in numerator and denominator of numerator goes in denominator. So 3 by under root 3. Now 3 means under root 3 into under root 3 and 1 under root 3 cut. So finally our answer is under root 3. And under root 3 it is the value of tan 60. That's why option C is correct. Tan 60. Right? Question number 3. If tan a plus b is equals to under root 3, tan a minus b is equals to 1 upon under root 3, and a plus b lies between 0 to 90, and after that it is given that a is greater than b, and find the value of a and b. Okay, so our question is find the value of a and b. So first of all we consider this tan a plus b is equals to under root 3, right? So in place of under root 3 we can write tan 60, because tan 60 is equals to under root 3. We can see from the table. Okay, so it means that our tan is same, and in between equality sign is there, so our angle must be same, right? Because in both side trigonometric ratio tan is used, right? In between equality sign is there, so our angle definitely will be same. So by equating the angles, that means here angle is a plus b, here angle is 60. So a plus b is equals to 60, right? Otherwise we can also consider this. That means when tan a plus b is equals to under root 3, for which value of 10 answer is under root 3, so it is a 60. So from that also we can say that a plus b is equals to 60, right? Now consider our second thing, that is tan a minus b is equals to 1 upon under root 3. Now same thing. Whenever tan will give the answer 1 upon under root 3. If our angle is equals to 30, so a minus b is equals to 30. Otherwise, we can write like this. In place of 1 upon under root 3, we can write tan 30. Then by equating the angles, a minus b is equals to 30. Both way we can use. Now, give the equation 1 to a plus b is equals to 60 and give the equation number 2 to the a minus b is equals to 30. Now, we will learn one method in our chapter number 3. It's the elimination method. That method we can use here. So right now we use this that method. Okay. So our first equation a plus b is equals to 60 and second equation a minus b is equals to 30. Now add the left hand side and right hand side. Okay. So here plus b minus b cancel and a plus a. So 1a plus 1a, it's a 2a. And here right hand side 60 plus 30, it's a 90. So for finding out a, transfer this 2 to the right hand side. So it goes in denominator 90 by 2. So a is equals to 45. Right? A is equals to 45. Then put this value a is equals to 45 in equation number 1. So in place of a, I am writing here 45 plus b is equals to 60. This is our equation number 1. So for finding out b, transfer this 45 to the right hand side. Here plus 45. So in right hand side minus 45. So finally we got b is equals to 60 minus 45. It's a 15. So a is equals to 45. B is equals to 15. Okay. State whether the following are true or false. Now first question, sin a plus b is equals to sin a plus sin b. I already tell you the formula of sin a plus b is equals to sin a into cos b plus cos a into sin b. This is the formula of sin a plus b. But right now we don't know. So second thing, it is if sin is multiply with a plus b, then definitely we can write sin a plus sin b. But here sin a plus b doesn't mean that it is multiplication of sin and a plus b. A plus b shows the angle. It is joined with the sine function. Okay. So we cannot apply here distribution law. Third thing, how can we know that this is true or false? So third way is that put the value of angle A and B. Here I randomly select A is equals to 60 and B is equals to 30. So sin A plus B, 60 plus 30, sin 90, it is equals to 1. Now put this value in right hand side. Sin A plus sin B. Sin A means 60 and here B it's equals to 30. So sin 60 plus sin 30. Sin 60 is equals to under root 3 by 2. Sin 30 is equals to 1 by 2. So here denominator is same. So directly add the numerator. It's under root 3 plus 1 by 2. So here you can see that your left hand side and right hand side are not same. Here 1 and here under root 3 plus 1 by 2. So sin A plus B is not equals to sin A plus sin B. That's why this statement is false. Second, the value of sin theta increases as theta increases. Now if we see the table of our trigonometric values for sin theta. So for sin theta, at angle 0 value 0, at angle 30 value 1 by 2, at angle 45 value 1 upon under root 2, at angle 60 value is under root 3 by 2, and at 90 value is 1. So first of all 0, then 1 by 2, it means 0.5, right? Then 1 upon under root 2, it is equals to 0.58. because under root 2 is equals to 1.41, and if you divide 1 by 1.41 you will get 0.58. Then under root 3 by 2, now value of under root 3, it's a 1.732 divided by 2, so we got 0.2816 and 13 near about 0.86, and then finally 1. Okay, so if we increase our value of theta, that means 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90, our sin theta is increases. First of all 0, 0.5, 0.58, 0.86 and finally 1. Okay, so we can say that if we increase the value of angle, then sin theta is increases. So this statement is true. This statement is true. Okay, we can identify it by using our trigonometric value table. So true. Third question, the value of cos theta increases as theta increases. False, because whenever I explain the table, trigonometric value table, on that time I will tell you one thing, if we reverse the order of sin theta, then we can get value of cos theta. So if sin theta is increases with increase of theta, then definitely cos theta will decrease. And we can also see that from the table, for cos theta at 0 value 1, at 30 value is 1 upon under root 3 by 2, at value 45 value is 1 upon under root 2, at 60 cos theta is equals to 1 by 2, and at 90 it's a 0. So at 0 answer is 1. Under root 3 by 2 it means 0.86, 1 upon under root 2 0.58, here 0.5 and 0. So if we increase the value 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, then our cos theta decreases, because first of all 1, then 0.86, then 58, 0.58, 0.5 and 0. Okay, so this statement is false. So sin theta is increased with increase of theta, but cos theta is decreased. That's why this statement is false. Then fourth, sin theta is equals to cos theta for all the value of theta. Obviously false, because if we see the table, then sin theta is equals to cos theta only for theta is equals to 45. If we take the different value of theta, then our sin theta and cos theta are different. So for example, take theta is equals to 30. So your sin theta, that means sin 30 is equals to 1 by 2, and cos 30 it's under root 3 by 2. These two are not same. So this statement is false, because here it is written that for all the value. It is not true for the all the value. That's why false. At last, fifth question, cot A is not defined for A is equals to 0. Now if we see the table, then cot A, value of cot A is value of cot A, that means if we put A is equals to 0, that means at cot 0 our answer becomes 1 by 0, and on that time we've written one thing that is not defined, right? So this thing we directly can see from the table, it is true, because cot 0 is equals to not defined. So this statement is true. Okay, so at last this statement is true. Okay, so here our exercise 8.2 is complete. If you have any doubt, then write down in comment section. Thank you.